right. Well, I wasn't quite ready to start, but here we go. Okay, so today we're going to talk about a game I like to play, and I call it What's the Worst That Can Happen? So, my name is Krista. I live in West Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, and we live in a small valley called the Okanagan Valley. It's absolutely beautiful and gorgeous, and we have so many wonderful things here. So if you ever get to travel, it's definitely a place to go. And so what I want to talk about today is this game that I play all the time. What's the worst that's going to happen? Now, I play it in my business. I play it with my kids, all sorts of things. So whenever we come up against a big issue or problem, I play this game. And it kind of gets you out of your head and realizing that there's not a lot you can't do. And so I'm going to give you a couple of examples. So I teach water marbling, which is an ancient art where people come to my workshops and they make beautiful silk scarves. I have a really great time. I really love what I do. And I have this venue in another town that had some changes, and they were no longer able to host my workshops. It just didn't make sense. And so this summer I decided, well, we're going into summer, so I'm planning my summer events. So I decided I'm going to email them and touch base and say, you know what, hey, is this an option for you? Will this work for you moving forward? And it was really uncomfortable and I didn't like it. And I played the game. What's the worst that can happen? Well, it can be a no. That's literally the worst that's going to happen. Nobody's going to kick me in the knee. I'm not going to get physically harmed. So I wrote the email and got the response that I wanted. And because I got uncomfortable and tried something, it worked out. And I'm super excited to see if this space will work really well and what it's going to look like. But for now, it's a yes. And it's really emotional when you get uncomfortable. Like, oh, my cat's scratching the scratch post. It's really uncomfortable and can be really weird to try to put yourself out there. So another example was I had another venue that I've worked with in the past, and they're usually really busy in the summer. And I decided, hey, what if we are able to work outside and then it's not in the business? And so what's the worst that can happen? Well, they're going to say no. That's the worst that can happen. And so I emailed them with my plan and kind of laid it out of what would work for me and hopefully work for them. And they said yes. Again, they said yes. And and it was interesting to see because I kind of had really thought it through and had a bit of a plan and kind of thought through my problems as opposed to just not working it through and thinking that it was not going to work out from the get-go. So I was really excited because what's the worst that's going to happen didn't happen. And the next one was, this one really relates to the YouTube channel. So I've been working really hard for the last few months trying to grow this YouTube channel. And I think what's the worst that's going to happen came up so many times in relation to, I guess, putting myself out there and not being able to communicate things properly or have a hard time with the editing process was a really big one at the beginning. And so I just kind of kept pushing through. And I think what's the worst thing that's going to happen was definitely that it wouldn't be successful. So one of my coaches for my marketing program that I've taken from Instagram, she talks about how, really, if nobody sees it, it doesn't really matter because you don't have any eyeballs on it. So it was kind of like my aha moment of what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Well, somebody sees it or nobody sees it. So I really just kept pushing through and trying new things. And it was really exciting to see all of the growth that's happened in the last couple of months. But at the same time, I really got demotivated with the so with YouTube, you have to hit so many subscribers, but you also have to have a large volume of watch time. And it makes sense that in order to monetize it, you have to have these two things match together. And so the last couple of weeks have been really, really tough for me because it's been really demotivating. You have over 600 subscribers, but the watch time just isn't there to get close to monetizing. So what's the worst that can happen? Well, it doesn't monetize. And so I just keep pushing myself and keep working through those hiccups and the problems of just getting demotivated. I think that's my biggest challenge with that process is feel like you kind of lose steam. So I'm really excited about the volume that it's on, and just going to keep working through some of those hiccups and seeing what's happening with that. And I think if you're growing your YouTube channel, or you're learning something new, or you're starting something with your business, or you're putting yourself out there on social media, I really recommend playing the what's the worst thing that's going to happen game. And it kind of gives you, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it. It kind of gives you validates where you're at. That's the wrong word, but it kind of gives you this perception of here's the best thing that's going to happen and here's the worst thing that's going to happen. And usually it balances it out so that you can push yourself forward and try something new. And I guess that's what I'll leave you with. What's the worst that can happen? Just keep trying and doing the thing and see where you end up. And yeah, so I hope that this helps somebody with your journey within your business or trying something new. I can think of my kids with their instruments and learning a new song. What's the worst that's going to happen? We just don't learn the song. When you put it in perspective, that's the word I was looking for. Perspective. It helps put things into perspective so you can balance out your emotions and your feelings and push yourself forward. So I hope that this helps somebody out here in the YouTube world. And if you have any questions or comments, pop them in the comments below. And I hope you all have a wonderful and lovely day.